What's good, everyone? It's your boy DJ Lil, and we up again with another tutorial. And today I'll be showing you how to make your own drum patch, how to save your own favorite drum patch. Let's say you want to use samples but separate from recent drums and snares and everything. Like you just want to gather your own drum patches just for easy reach. This is how I do it. I made my own patches and I easily go there and just select it for quick use, and then my whole drum will be there. It's harder if you want to do it every time and then say look for a drum, and then it will slow your creative process. But then let's say you have already patches that are there, then you already know how to start, say, a hip hop beat, or maybe an R&B beat, or maybe a dancer, or maybe you need some rollings to add there. So exactly this patch is just gonna help you to do that, not only with the drums and everything, but then you can do this with any instruments that you have made changes to in Reason. So let's get started. What I'll do here is create a combinator under utilities, combinator, because in that combinator, that's where you can add and put together a lot of things. Then you work from there. So once I create a combinator like this, I go inside the combinator, then I say create a mixer. So in this case, I'll just use the ordinary mixer that comes with Reason, the old one, not the new one, the 14x2, I think. Yeah, this does the trick nicely if you want to separate the drums, to make them sound separate and to have more control over them. This is how I do it. After this, then I just drag the redrum, create a redrum. Just gonna drag it from here. Yeah, let me drag it out here. Yeah, the next step would be I would reset the device, the redrum. I'll reset it because I want to load my own patches, not the ones that come with the redrum. So then I'll press tab here to go behind to the rear view. So from there I will unplug the main output, disconnect it. I'll disconnect this, then I'll make every individual channel, route it to all individual channels on that mixer that I loaded up earlier. So 1 goes to 1, 2 to 2, and you finalize everything up to 10 here. Yeah, just make sure everything goes into place, and then as soon as you're done with this, you toggle back to the main view, right? Now before you start loading each and everything into the patch, because now what you have done there is route this to the main channel. So now you have more control over this volume and this volume here and all the sends right here on the mixer. So how to add those sends though? I find them very helpful if I add them in the combinator patch, because then it only affects that patch only, and if I have to save it, it all saves together with the send effects. So I just add them for just in case that I need them. Maybe there is a snare that I need to add a reverb or a delay, or but individually, but I don't want it to affect everything here, so I put it as the send effect. So let's say you hold shift so it doesn't route itself automatically. Then you go to effects and select whatever reverb you like. Let's just go with this one. Yeah, I put it up there. And the other thing, I can also put a delay up there just to add it there. You can add as many as you want, different types of reverbs. You can add 2 reverbs here, you can add 3 reverbs, to act differently or according to what you're going for. So there I'll just add another effect, say the echo. I'll add the echo, then maybe I'll add, okay, so this is reverb and delay. You can go further and maybe add compressor for each individual track, channel. You can go ahead and be creative. For me, I'll just add one compressor here for demonstration, but then you get the idea and then you experiment on how you want to do with it. Then I'll toggle back to the rear view. You can see nothing is connected yet. Then you have to connect it manually. So how to connect the sends is very easy. This is the input and this is the output. So you're making it going in and going out, if that makes sense. I don't know. There's no better way of explaining it. But anyway, watch. I can demonstrate it. So I plug it in there. That's the input. And I plug the output on the output. Like that. So that's a send in, send out. That's a return, a full complete return. Alright, then I do the same with this here. I put it in there. Then I put this there. Done. Then I go to the third one. The compressor. The compressor, I don't want to use it as a side chain, but rather what I use this for is for the actual compressing of the drum and the snares and everything else, so they sit nicely in the mix. So individually, how you would route this is going to the output of the read drum, because we have already routed it to the mixer, right? So since we've already routed it there, you just have to grab it. I like putting my drum on one, so I grab this, drag it down to the compressor. On the input side, yeah, I put it here. No, I put it on the output because this is going straight to there. It's going straight to the mixer. I put it on the output. Then this goes to that output of the read drum. So it's coming from the read drum to the compressor, and then from the compressor to the mixer, like that. So now you can start loading your patches. Then I say click, then I go to wherever my samples are and start loading them up. For me, I just put them in my reason folder for easy identification or locating them. It's a bit far, but you can keep them close to a place where you know it's easy reach for you, easy to get to. So yeah, I'm here. I'll just go under here. Yeah, I say kicks. I pick a kick. I load it up there. I pick it. I go back. Okay, maybe rather here. Then I just go back to snares. Maybe here. Pick one. Put it there. Go back to maybe a hat. Pick one. Put it there. Or maybe two. Anyhow you want it. However you wanna load this up. Then when you bring the on-screen keyboard, you know when you play, it's gonna play just fine. Then you got your kit. Then you have more control over it. You see, this is the drums. Let me put the volume higher. Right, that's the drums. Then you know this is the first channel for the drum. Then this is for the snare, for the hat. That for the snare. Let me change the snare. Yeah, maybe that for the snare. Then those sends I was routing earlier, this is how you access the sends. So the sends are up here. This is send 1, which would be that reverb, and if you push it up, you can see I'm applying on channel 2 here, so that means I'm applying on the snare. Yeah, you can put it down to your needs. Yeah, but this is way handy when you're working on a beat and you want to put only the reverb on the snare. See, this is how you get it separate and quickly. Now, if say you need a delay I think is on 2. Let's see. So you set it to whatever your likes are, and you experiment and then get the feel that you wanna go with. But now you don't want to do this whole process all the time. It's very tiring. Even for me, I don't want to do all this process all the time. So that's where the saving of the patch comes in. So this is how I'll make my drum patches. Then I make this drum patch and then I save it. So every time I want to start with a beat, I just go and pick a patch that I want to start up with. I can edit it later on, but at least it gives you a head start into working with everything else. You just have to go ahead and save the patch. Here on the combinator, you place the save patch and save it where you think is easy to reach for you. You can create a folder maybe on the desktop and say a folder you're not going to delete. Say my patches, right? I mean, you can save this folder everywhere or anywhere you want, as long as you know the place and it's easier for you to get to. So I say let me say my drum patch 1. Yeah, so if you make a different drum patch, different than this one, maybe rows, you name it something else, then you can have as many as this. It's unlimited. It's just your creating process. So I'll delete this so you see how it works. Let me delete this combinator. Gone. So now here you have a blank session and you want to start up something, right? It's easy now. You just go and create that combinator, utilities combinator, and you just go here on the folder, browse the patch. You go to the folder that you saved that patch in, which is on your desktop, easy to reach. My patches, there it is. I load it and everything just comes like that, including the drums, the samples that are loaded in. They are going to be there, including the reverbs, including all effects, including everything that you included in that combinator patch. Now that's how you save your own patches for easy reach. You can do this with an instrument as well. You go find an instrument, say Europa, something like that, and let's say maybe you messed around with it, let me put up the on-screen keyboard. So this is how it sounds. Let's say maybe you mess around with these knobs, try to make your own sound, and you finally got to something that you like and would want to save it maybe for next future sessions. It's exactly the same process. You just go here and save. You save it under your patches. You say you put whatever your name is. I say DJ Leo lead patch 1, right? I save it. So I know if I want a lead, I go there. If I want a piano, I save. I get whatever I like, I save it for easy reach.